In this video, I'm going to try to get my baby to sleep through the night in 1 week. When I had my first baby, he was sleeping 6-hour stretches by 7 weeks. That seemed like the norm to me then. But now that I think about it, it's not. And if you're postpartum like me, it's probably messing with your life. Getting bad sleep can completely destroy your day. It leaves you feeling grouchy, tired, and not functioning at your best. So I tried to remember what it was that I did with my last baby that I'm forgetting to do now with this baby. So as I sat there and thought about why I had such great success getting my baby to sleep through the night with my last baby, I remembered that I was using a specific method that I completely have not been using with this baby. I sort of just figured she'd sleep through the night like my other baby. But boy was I wrong. This is how she slept last night. As you can see, I fed her for the last time around 12 a.m. She woke up at 2, and then at 4, and then at 7, and then at 9. Having your sleep interrupted that many times is really bad for you. It's bad for me as an adult, it's bad for her as a baby. So let me walk you through the steps that I used with my first baby that got him to sleep through the night at 7 weeks. This is the book that I read that was life-changing, called On Becoming Baby-Wise, Giving Your Infant the Gift of Nighttime Sleep. In this video, I'm going to try to get my baby to sleep through the night in 1 week. This is what I'm going to be doing based on the principles in this book. First, I'm going to give the baby her first feeding of the day at the same time every single morning. For me, it's going to be 9 a.m. Second, I'm going to be making sure that I feed the baby at exactly 3-hour intervals as best as I can. Thirdly, I'm going to be following the feed, wake, sleep cycle rather than the wake, feed, sleep cycle. This is what I think is the most difficult thing to accomplish with a newborn and why babies sleep so bad. Basically, most babies are awake for a certain period of time, and then by the time they're getting tired, that's when they start to cry for food. And the reason this is bad is because they are so tired they are unable to get full feedings, and they fall asleep while eating. And then they wake up and they're not quite hungry, but then by the time they get tired again, they get hungry. And so the cycle continues, and your baby is never getting fully fed. And this means that they don't get enough calories during the day to help them have good sleep at night. So what I'm going to be focusing on for the duration of this week is making sure my baby eats, then is awake, then goes to sleep. And the goal is to get a full feeding every single time so that by the time nighttime comes around, the baby is very full and is able to sleep for longer stretches of time. If this video is helpful for you and you learned something from it, please make sure you like and subscribe. Today is Monday. Yesterday, I had the worst night of sleep ever. It was so bad. It was so frustrating because I had spent the whole day trying to feed the baby correctly, trying to feed the baby at 3-hour intervals. And I was like, wow, this might work. The baby might finally sleep through the night. But no, she slept so bad. She was literally waking up all night long. And I'd be like really grouchy right now if I didn't sleep until like 10 a.m. So we are starting off the week at a very, very bad point. It can only go uphill from here though. Yesterday, my feedings were nearly perfect. They were spaced out and the baby got a full feeding basically every time. So it wasn't much of a surprise when this night the baby slept for 4.5 hours. She had a feeding at 12 o'clock and then slept until 4:30. And then after that, she had another feeding at 4:30 and then another one a couple hours later at 10 o'clock. So overall, it was a very good night. I was really excited. I was not expecting to see progress this soon. I think this might have been one of the longest stretches that she has slept ever. Usually it's only about 3 hours, so very excited to see how the rest of the week goes. So 2 days ago, I made a mistake. I drank some pop, and that has had awful consequences for me and my baby. I think that because I drank the pop, she got colicky last night, and the night before, she was crying a lot. So Tuesday night, she started crying in the evening and she would not stop for a long time. Basically, I ended up staying up with her till like 1 in the morning because she was just crying. And finally, my husband took her and he fell asleep with her. And then she actually slept pretty good. So she ended up sleeping till 5:30. So that was, I think, the longest stretch of time yet. But then last night, she started crying again. I think she had colic again because I drank some more soda. My bad, not doing that again. And so she was crying again, and then she slept so she kept kind of waking up at night. And then all day long today, she has been eating really, really badly. And I'm just not really excited to see what tonight holds because she's been like barely eating and then falling in and out of sleep and for some reason she doesn't seem very hungry. So I hope she doesn't end up deciding to eat a bunch at night, but we'll see what happens. Day 6, aka Friday, was the day that things really took a turn for the best. I fed the baby for the night at 11:30 p.m. and she woke up to eat all the way at 5:30 a.m. That would be 6 hours of sleep, y'all. My goal reached with 1 day to spare. It was so wonderful to finally have a solid night of sleep after nearly 2 months of sleep stretches lasting 3 hours max. I felt great. I felt alive. And we still had 1 more day to go. Then came day 7, Saturday. I didn't want to have high expectations for what would happen this night, but once again, I was blown away. This time I fed the baby for the night at 11:30 p.m. again, and she didn't wake up until 7 a.m. That would be 7.5 hours of sleep. Unbelievable. Within 1 week, I was able to go from short, fitful sleep periods to sleep lasting 7 full hours. My life was finally going to return to normal. I would finally have joyful mornings and energetic days, all because of this sleep method. I really encourage all postpartum moms to try out this method. It was truly a miracle worker in my life. I'll have a link to the book that I mentioned down below. If you have any questions or concerns regarding the sleep method, leave them down below. If this video was useful for you, like this video and leave a comment below telling me what you thought about it. Love you, bye.